India's economy grew by 13% in the last quarter, that was from April to June. It's the highest quarterly growth that we've seen in a year, but it has sharply missed the Reserve Bank's estimate of 16.2%. So this might impact the Reserve Bank's annual growth estimate of 7.2% as well. This is the second highest quarterly GDP growth that we've ever seen. As you can see in this graph, the highest growth recorded before this was 20% in Q1 last year, and now we've seen this 13% growth. But the growth rate is on a low base. Remember, this 13% is in comparison to April to June last year, when the second wave hit India and the economy was disrupted. But the good news is that the quarterly GDP growth has finally surpassed pre-pandemic levels, as you can see here. Even though they've surpassed just by 3.4%, the quarterly GDP value is now almost 37 lakh crore, which is up from the 35.7 lakh crore that was before the pandemic in 2020. Now, what's behind this GDP growth? Private consumption is up by 40% compared to the same quarter last year. Gross fixed capital formation is also up by 31%. But one sector that has performed really well is agriculture, forestry and fishing. The sector's gross value added has doubled to 4.5% from 2.2%. But one laggard, the manufacturing sector growth, is disappointing, and it has slowed actually from 49% last year to 4.8% this year. But if we talk about the overall GDP figure at large, India is certainly recovering. We've performed better than China as well for the last 4 out of the 5 quarters. China's quarterly growth slowed to 0.4% in this last quarter, while we grew by 13%. The data for growth of 8 core industries has also been released, and that has slowed down to a 6-month low of 4.5% in July, down from 9.9% in July 2021. So really a mix of good and bad on the economy. There are signs of recovery, but well below estimates.